Hello YouTube, this is Retta. I just want to say how you doing and what's going on. I just was thinking, I put a question on my Facebook page. If you're not part of it, please go to Intuitive Retta on Facebook so you can get in on the discussion. So I'm trying to, one of my subscribers had a good idea. We're trying to figure out who this Queen of Wands is that's coming up everywhere. I mean, there's a good possibility it could be Hillary, but I don't want to assume. So I'm trying to think of all like the real heavy hitters, the ones that are like really, really in power. I'm not talking about like Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, stuff like that. They're like, you will look at them like the thugs on the street. Those are the workhorses. Those who you set out to cause trouble, to keep everybody in line. So those aren't really the ones in power. Those aren't the ones that are wielding control. Like Hillary has, from when her husband was president, from behind the scenes, she wielded a lot of power. She was like kind of the brains. Even though Bill is smart, he was more charisma, and Hillary was more of the schemer, the manipulation, the thinker in that relationship, and what they're coming from. I think we need to look at people that are not only like have some power in politics, but also are very, very well off. So I think we might have to, they might not even be in, they might not even be shown in the news all the time. We might not hear about them. We might, when we see pictures of, dinners in the White House, they might be in the pictures, but we wouldn't know them. So let's try to find these really powerful women in Washington D.C. Really powerful women in Washington D.C. So we can either Republican or Democrat. I want to see who is this this Wands. There's a leaning towards it's Hillary, but I don't know if she's like, I understand she's powerful, but ooh-wee. But I want to do a reading on, I did Kellyanne Conway months ago, and months ago the relationship between her and Trump, that they had a good relationship. Trump really admired her. He looked at her like a daughter figure. He had that type of loyalty. She had that loyalty towards him. It was like it was like a proud papa, relationship, that he was very proud of her, of where she came from and how. So I just want to see if that relationship, because in the news I'm hearing rumors that she might be on the chopping block. So I want to see if they're after her. Also, with this deck that I tried earlier, I'm going to have to play with this deck again. I'll let you, but I think most of the time I'm going to use my intuition, and then if like something really sticks me, then I'll be like, okay, let me go look at the book or the little paper that's telling me something, because it kind of like messed up the flow going with who's reading, the clapper reading. I was trying to use this. Oh, I kind of like that. I didn't even notice that. That's like blood. Ooh, that's like blood on here. I didn't even notice that before. Yo, Patrick is he's something else. That is something else. It's like blood. I hope it wasn't real blood he used. I'm hoping it was like paint. But I didn't notice that. There's like real blood. So I think I'm going to use like my... so if you have this deck and are using this deck, and when I read with it, you're like, that's not what that means. I'm going to actually try to use... Because, some of the things... Like, to me, a wheel would be like a change. It's like the Wheel of Fortune to me, like a change in direction, a sudden change in course. stuff like that. Their meaning of the will was kind of different. You know, it was kind of hard. I kind of liked their idea of the moth, of trying to hold on to things that were once there. So, you know, I'm going to try to use my own imagination, and then if I get stuck, then go to the piece of paper that has this little piece of paper that has his things, because it just, you know, I think it's because of all my years studying like symbols and stuff like that. I have when I see something, I have word associations to, you know, certain symbols and certain things. So I can't just use all of his. So I don't think, unless I'm really stuck, like have no clue, then I'll use that. But okay. So I'm going to use one of my handy dandy. Isn't this a beautiful case? I had bought this years ago on Etsy. I think the lady's name was Charm something. Oh shoot, I don't even know. But isn't that, it's leather. It's so pretty. I wish I knew how to do something like this. I make my own cloth ones, but I sew my own cloth ones, but I don't know how to do those leather ones. So this is one of these decks that are near to my heart, and this is the Hertzico Tarot. So I want to see Kellyanne Conway. Remember, she is the Strength and the Star. Maybe that's why I like Kellyanne. She's the same birth card as me. So she's been through adversity. You know, she's not one that had, things didn't come easy for Kelly. You know, she's always had to fight for adversity. She had to fight for where she is now. You know, nothing was given to her. You know, so when she does have success, you know, she should, you know, reach for the stars, and the stars should line up for her. But remember, in her last reading, she had to be careful because she was doing too much work. That she was kind of neglecting. She was kind of neglecting her home life, her husband, her kids. So I'm hoping that she took that advice, and she's going, you know, she kind of not let the White House consume her, but she loved her job. She loved being part of it. So Kellyanne Conway, where is she now? It's been a few months. Kellyanne Conway, there's been a lot of changes going on in the White House. Let's see how she's, sugar. Let's see how she's faring with all these changes and all this stuff. Let's see. Alright. Where is she at now? So she's kind of like, she's kind of going towards herself. You know, she's kind of like not really, she's kind of staying towards herself, you know. She's going in her own path. I think also she's trying to learn as much as possible. The Hermit is always you know, they're staying to themselves, but they're always, you know, learning something, you know, exploring. So that's where she is. Okay, what's her cross to bear? The Seven of Swords, her cross to bear. There's a lot of deceit and betrayal going on. So I don't know if it's going towards her, or if that's what's the energy that's around her, is a lot of deceit and betrayal. That's her cross to bear. So maybe that's why she's kind of like, you know, went towards herself more. Became more of an introvert, is because there's been so much, you know, deceit and betrayal going on. You know, that, you know, she's seeing that what's really going on in this White House, and, you know, I don't think she likes it. So let's see, underneath, the King of Cups, her husband. Also, I think this is her husband, this King of Cups. So I don't think her husband is too thrilled about everything. So underneath all of this is, you know, is her husband. Remember, she was working too much. So let's see in the past. The past is her family. So, you know, in the past, it was her family, I think also, remember in the past, she thought of the Trumps and the people that she was working for when they first came into the White House as family. So we don't know if that's changed or not. I see that maybe her husband still isn't the priority because he's down here. That's the underlying issues of what's going on in her life right now is her husband. So I'm thinking that he's still not in a priority position. In the past, it looks like, that was showing up for her relationship with Trump and, who she was working with. She looked at them as family. So I don't know if that's changed, but it's showing that that was in the past for her. So that's kind of like clarification of, ooh, she's kind of feeling defeated. Like, I think all this deceit and all this betrayals that are going on has her feeling very defeated. Like, she's like, I think her blinders are like, you know how when you first get a job or you get something you really want and you have all these hopes and ideas and everything is wonderful, it's like the honeymoon period is over and she's like, what the hell? That's what basically she's feeling like right now. Like, what the hell? Yeah, she's like, I think she's feeling like some defeat, some tired. She got everything she wanted. She got this job that she wanted. She's got the position that she wanted. She's financially that she wanted, but I think she's drained. I think all these betrayals and deceit, all these games that are playing in the White House has kind of got her feeling like really defeated. Let's see. There's a page of rods. Who is this page of rods? Let's see. What's going on? Who is that? Ooh. Is she having an affair? Or is her husband having an affair? I think she feels defeated. Is she having an affair with a younger man? With this page of wands? That's who. A page of wands is usually a woman, but he's a man here. He's younger than her. Handsome. It's a sexual relationship. She's having an affair. Ooh. The Eight of Cups. That's like walking away. Who is she walking away from? Is it the job or the family? She might walk away from the job. This is like emotionally of walking away. She's walking away emotionally. And I was like the job or the family. And she could be just walking away emotionally. She sees what's going on in the White House and how, there's so much deceit and griminess that's going on towards, and like, it could be her walking away trying to, work together. Like the Six of Coins is like nothing given, nothing gained. But in this card, when I see that, or like charity or something, that's what usually the Six of Coins is. But in this deck, to me, it's like a working together to achieve a purpose, a working together to achieve a positive purpose. Like, if everybody gets all these beans together, everybody can eat. It's like everybody working together to eat. So, is she trying to walk away from trying to build this team to work together? Or is she just like, or is she thinking about walking away from her relationship? Because there's the King of Cups here. And it could be that this relationship with her husband is over and ended with this Ten of Swords. It could be that this relationship is over and ended with this Ten of Swords. Or it could be that the job is over and ended. But I see this Nine of Coins, so it's telling me the job is good. The job is good and plentiful. It might be her relationship with her husband. I see a young man, so she's emotionally walking away. It's saying yes. So, yes. So, it's saying yes. Alright, I want to see... So that's a kind of big difference. I'm going to see her relationship with Trump. And see if that, you know... Hold on, I want to drink my cup of... Yes, I'm drinking a cup of coffee right now. Excuse me, I got a headache. Coffee seems to help. And it's the old, you know, it's for me working as a nurse. Coffee, caffeine, when you have headaches, it helps. Okay, so I want to see her relationship and Trump. See if that has changed. Kellyanne Conway. I kind of like sometimes doing a reading months away. You know, when they first came into office and everything, and then now. She's not, you see, she's not as vocal as she once was. So the Hermit card is really showing, you know, that she's kind of, you know, trying to fade in the background a little bit. I think there's too much to see and things going on that around her that she's like, oh my God. I think she's disgusted by, you know, people's behaviors. Okay, I want to see the status of Trump and Kellyanne Conway's relationship. Knight of Cups. So it's an emotional relationship. It is an emotional relationship. I've always said that Trump really had looked at her like a daughter. So there is emotional relationship. It's a relationship. It's a relationship that is built on emotions. That, you know, there's that loyalty, and I think a reason why she's still in the trenches with him is because of that loyalty and that emotion that she feels towards Trump. Like, you know, he looks at her like a daughter, and she looks at him like a father figure. Even though she, you know, they have daughters and this and that, they built. It's like she feels very much loyalty to him, and it feels like it's like she's working off her emotions. Like, you know, it's an emotional relationship. Where does Kellyanne feel about Trump? Where does Kellyanne feel about Trump right now? The Two of Wands. So right now, you know, she's like trying to figure out. It's the Two of Wands. It's like thinking of a choice. You know, I think she's really thinking about walking away. But she has this loyalty to him, and I think she really believes. I think the White House, the people that are there, are kind of turning her off. So she's really contemplating a choice and going forth on whatever choice she decides to make. She's going to go forth. I think her relationship with her husband suffering. I think that kind of relationship is kind of over. We've seen that she's kind of having an affair. Okay, where does Trump feel the relationship with Kellyanne? Look at that. He has, I always said, he looks at Kellyanne. There is a mutual respect, an emotional relationship. You know, he looks at her like a daughter. He really, really looks at her like a daughter there. It's mutual respect, but she's staying right now because of the loyalty. That's what's holding on to her job there, is the loyalty that she has to Trump. She feels loyalty. You know, that's her emotions of who he is and what he wants to do. She stands behind. It's all the betrayal and the deceit that she's seeing. She's like, that's what's really, you know, making her, she's on the fence of whether to go. But he looks at her, whether she goes or, like here, to me, it's two choices. Whether she goes or the same, he will always have respect for her. She will always be, you know, she could always call him or whatever. You know, he's always grateful to get, you know, for all the work she's done for him and to get him where she was. Remember, this woman, if you don't like her or you like her, she was the first woman ever to run a successful presidential campaign. And he looks at that. And, okay, where does she think this relationship is going? She think this relationship is going. I think I think that there's the guy, whoever she's having an affair with is might be a reason that she might leave too. What does this have to do with? Where does she think this relationship is going? What does this man have to do with it? She's stuck. She's stuck. She's on a choice. I think she's almost ready to give up everything for this man. I don't know who this man is that she's dating. She's kind of stuck and she's looking at things. Maybe he talks her into a different perspective, or whatever. I might have to see where this is going to. Oh. Okay, where does Trump think the relationship is going? He thinks that the relationship, he thinks it's gonna end. Look at the same cards are coming up. The relationship is gonna end, even though I think it's the relationship, where they think the work relationship is going. I don't think she's gonna be around much longer. Okay, let me see 3 cards in regards to her job at the White House with Trump. She's isolating herself. It's the same card. She's still stressed out. She was stressed out before. She's trying to think of what she's gonna do. She's also, you know, 3 of Cups is coming together. And she's going forth on a choice. You know, she did her just goods. 9 of Cups. It's a wish card. She's kind of like, right now, she's kind of manic. It's like all this craziness is going on. She's stressed out. She's kind of to herself. You know, the Magician is all about, you know, your own destiny and stuff. Then I see the 3 of Cups. I think maybe she might be drinking too, you know. 3 of Cups is celebrating. I think she might be drinking or hanging out a lot. She's dealing with this young guy. So maybe, you know, she's hanging out more. You know, she's hanging out more. She's not too much in the White House too much. She's probably hanging out with this young guy. Looks like a couple of girlfriends out drinking. You know, she's gonna, you know, going forth on her decision. She put so many things out and she's waiting. And she has all these things, all these wishes, all these things, but there's such turbulent times underneath her. She wants to do, I think she might be on a new journey. Let me see. That's a new journey, a new job. A Page of Cups. Swords. And then I think she's gonna get, I don't know if she's gonna stay. I don't know if she's gonna stay. I see, this is after all those cards, I'm sorry. I see the Ace of Coins coming. I just see that like on a new journey. It's like this decision because she wants to stay and help him through all this troubled times and all this craziness. But her heart, it's like she's so overwhelmed. She's so overwhelmed. She's never seen anything so horrible. It's like everybody is horrible, you know. And it's like, and now she's having an affair with the young guy. She's having an affair with a young guy. It's either she's having an affair with a young guy or her daughter is giving her problems. I don't know how old her daughter is. If her daughter's a teenager, then her daughter's giving her problems. But if her daughter's not a teenager, then she's having an affair. And I think she's drinking. And she's been she kind of like isolated. I don't think things are going well with her husband. She's stressed out. She's isolating herself. She's trying to remove herself from all that nasty betrayals and everything. This is a way different reading than it was before. No, I see her daughter here. No, this is a young man. She's having an affair. I see her daughter here. I see her daughter here. So her daughter might need her more. She is having an affair with the younger man. I do see her daughter. If she has a daughter, her daughter is coming into play in her decisions of what she's doing. And I see that, to me, usually this is the truth. Cut through the bullshit and get to the truth. This is like untruths. So like some untruths and just taking a new job. Like a new job, a new position. I don't know. Oh Lord. Alright, bye.